the alluring promise. A new dawn for app creation. Builder.ai stepped onto the scene in 2016. Its founder was Sachin Dugal. He had a bold vision for the company. He wanted to make app development simple. So simple, anyone could do it. No coding experience would be needed. This was a game-changing idea. It promised to unlock creativity for many. The tech world listened closely. A new era seemed possible. Imagine building a custom app without writing a single line of code. Builder.ai said its platform could do this. It would use artificial intelligence. AI would be the new master builder. This would democratize app creation. Riding the hype wave, the ascent to unicorn status. Investors quickly took notice of Builder.ai. The company's vision was ambitious. It attracted significant attention. Big names started to invest heavily. Microsoft saw potential in the idea. The Qatar Investment Authority also joined. SoftBank, known for big tech bets, backed them. In total, over $445 million was raised. This was a huge vote of confidence. The startup was clearly on the rise. With strong financial backing, Builder.ai grew fast. Its valuation soared into the billions. By the year 2023, it was impressive. The company was valued at $1.3 billion. This made it a unicorn startup, a term for private companies worth over $1 billion. Cracks in the foundation, the first whispers of trouble. However, not everything was as it seemed. Even as Builder.ai celebrated its growth, some worrying signs began to emerge. As early as 2019, questions were raised. The Wall Street Journal published a report. It suggested something was amiss. The company's AI might not be so AI-driven. It claimed heavy reliance on human developers. These developers were based in India and Ukraine. This cast doubt on their core claims. This practice became known as AI washing. It means a company claims to use AI, but in reality, humans do most of an AI's work, or the AI's role is greatly exaggerated. The Financial Express echoed these concerns. The grand deception, inflated numbers and hidden truths. The situation took a darker turn. It became clear the issues were severe. Financial mismanagement was a core problem. Bloomberg dropped a bombshell report. Builder.ai had massively overstated its revenues. For the year 2023, this was significant. The company reported $220 million in revenue. However, the actual figure was much lower, closer to only $55 million. This was a shocking discrepancy, up to 300% off. Truth in numbers is vital. This revelation triggered an internal review. The company had to investigate itself. The focus was on sales practices, specifically those under the former CEO, Sachin Dugal, the founder. There were concerns about potentially bogus sales. Sifted, another publication, reported this. Fraudulent practices could destroy a company. Section 5. The House of Cards tumbles creditors and the cash crisis. Despite the turmoil, Builder.ai tried to stay afloat. In October 2024, it secured more funds. Not equity, but a debt facility. This amounted to $50 million. Lenders like Viola Credit provided this. It was a lifeline, but a risky one. Debt comes with strict obligations and covenants that must be met. The company needed this cash badly, but it added to the mounting pressure. The lifeline did not last very long. By May 2025, the situation was dire. The lenders decided to take action. They cited technical covenant breaches. This meant Builder.ai hadn't met terms. The lenders seized $37 million. This money was taken from company accounts. Section 6. The human fallout, dreams dashed and trust broken. The collapse of Builder.ai was swift and it was brutal for its employees. Many had believed in the company's mission. They had worked hard to build its products. Then suddenly, their jobs vanished. One engineer expressed the shock online. He posted on LinkedIn about the news. It's hard to believe a company can go from 1,000 employees to 0 overnight. This captured the collective disbelief. Lives were turned upside down instantly. Even before the final collapse came, there were signs of deep trouble. In April 2025, a month before bankruptcy, Builder.ai made drastic cuts to its workforce. It laid off 35% of its employees. This meant 270 people lost their jobs out of a total of 770 staff. This was a desperate attempt to cut costs to try and survive the financial storm. But it was too little, too late, and it caused immense hardship. Clients also suffered significant consequences. Many were startups and small businesses. Section 7, Lesson 1, the unwavering power of transparency and truth. The story of Builder.ai teaches us vital lessons. The first one is about transparency and the absolute need for authenticity. Builder.ai, quote, SAI washing was a red flag, claiming advanced AI but using manual labor. This misled customers and investors alike. Honesty about your product's capabilities is not just good ethics, it's good business. Startups must build on a foundation of trust. Without it, everything else can crumble. Financial transparency is equally critical. Builder.ai, quote, inflated revenue figures were a deliberate act of deception. This created a false image of success. It attracted investment under false pretenses, but the truth eventually comes out, and when it does, the fallout is severe. Entrepreneurs must be honest about numbers with their teams, their boards, and investors. Accurate reporting builds credibility. Section 8, Lesson 2, building real value, not just chasing growth. Another crucial lesson from Builder.ai, quote, demise concerns the pursuit of growth. Hypergrowth can be seductive, especially when fueled by hype and fear of missing out. Fear of missing out drove many investors. They poured money into AI startups, sometimes without enough due diligence. Builder.ai rode this wave successfully, achieving a billion-dollar valuation. But was this growth sustainable? Clearly it was not built on solid ground. Chasing vanity metrics can be dangerous. A high valuation is not the ultimate goal. Massive funding rounds are not success itself. These can be indicators, but they are not the core. The core must be real underlying value. Are you solving a real customer problem? Is your product effective and reliable? Do you have a sound business model? Can you generate actual sustainable revenue? These are the questions that truly matter. Builder.ai, quote, answers were ultimately flawed. Focus on building a strong foundation. This means a product that actually works and works as advertised to your customers. Section 9. Lesson 3, vigilance and adaptability in the startup journey. The final set of lessons involves vigilance and the constant need for adaptability. Entrepreneurs must conduct rigorous market validation. Is there a genuine paying need for your product? Don't just assume there is. Test your assumptions early and often. The cautionary tale of Juchero comes to mind, a company with a product few truly needed. Ensuring product market fit is essential before you try to scale rapidly. Builder.ai addressed a need, but its solution was flawed. Financial discipline is non-negotiable. Startups often burn cash, it's true, but this must be managed carefully. Realistic cash flow planning is vital. Understand your burn rate deeply. Know how long your runway is. Builder.ai, quote, massive debt and sudden cash seizure highlight the dangers of poor financial oversight. Secure funding on realistic terms and manage your expenses prudently. Don't let ambition outpace financial sense.